Alright, so hello you all, I'm Tommy. I am a junior writer at car journalism. Today we've been invited by Citroën to go to Paris for an event where they will launch a brand new concept car and they will also announce how they will rebrand the Citroën brand. I'm very stoked, I'm very excited to go there today, and I'll catch you guys once I've arrived in the train station. And I already want to excuse myself for the hoarse voice I have because I have been sick over the past few days. So let's go. So we now arrived in the train station of Paris, and we are now going to follow the group to go on a bus to the location we have to be for the presentation. But first we need some coffee to wake up. Alors nous sommes arrivés à Paris avec nos amis. That was just a silly joke, let's go inside. By the way, come and take a look at this. This is not just a limited edition, this is an ultra limited edition. So this is the stage where there's gonna be a presentation in about half an hour, I suppose. I'm very intrigued by this location as well. It looks so inspiring. Apparently there's a few startup companies located over here, and they can all watch the presentation as well in a moment. Alright, so this is one fancy looking hallway. So apparently the stairs lead up to this beautiful balcony overlooking the wonderful setting we have here. I don't know about you guys, but do you like it? Yeah, I thought so. Alright, so now we're seated down, and this is where the presentation is gonna take place. And what also is exciting is that we actually have 3 conversations planned for today. It will be very interesting to go a little deeper into the strategy that is now behind the brand Citroën, and yeah, what their future plans are. So let's go. So they just handed us this very handy umbrella that we're now going to use to avoid this very rainy forecast. We are most definitely ready to follow this 4D presentation with very realistic rain. Do you guys like the rain?
Loving it. Wow, we love it.
Loving
really.
it. Now we can take a little bit of a closer look to the car, and as you can see, people are just randomly standing on it, which means that it's supposed to be very robust, because as you can see, this material is like similar to what they put on the sides of the Citroën Cactus. It's very rigid. Something I have to watch out for. The floor of this thing is kind of similar to the texture Adidas shoes have, which is very interesting. And this all feels very recyclable material and very fragile as well. But of course this is a concept car, so you do have to keep that in mind. The texture of these seats is so special, like it's very thin layers that they just layered on top of each other that eventually makes this very special looking seat. What's funny is that if you take a look at these buttons, like they're of course not functioning right now, but if that would be how they would end up looking in the real car, that would be so funky looking. And this is of course a very subtle hint towards the Citroën logo. And as I talked about with the head of design from Citroën, is that you can not recline the seat anymore. So you can only move it backwards or forwards, and you can adjust the height as well. And this kind of honeycomb design for this little net is very interesting as well, because it goes straight down towards the bottom of the door, which is just open as well. And of course, because this thing is a prototype, they had to do something that looks very controversial. So they 3D printed, I suppose, these letters in here, which looks nice from like a distance, but from up close it looks like as if it was not supposed to be there. It looks very weird from up close. Alright, so now that I'm back home, let's do a quick recap on what we've seen in Paris. The Citroën Oli is a brand new concept car, mostly showcasing the philosophy and technologies behind their new generation of electric cars. And they also introduced a new way of looking at affordability and sustainability, which was a very big factor in this product launch. For example, their efficiency target is 6.2 kilowatts an hour, which is actually almost double the amount of current EVs in the B segment right now, which the Citroën Oli would be, which is insane to think about. One of the main key factors that I talked about with Laurence Hansen, who is responsible for product and strategy inside Citroën, and she was able to tell me more about the concept of one person leasing the Oli and then passing it on to Citroën again, so they can refurbish the car and then passing it on to the next person to lease it, which sounded very new and special to me. But actually in real life it's very easy for a big brand like Citroën to accomplish something like that. It does bring along a lot of logistic hassle, I can imagine, but again, that's something that Citroën can probably manage way more easily than some of the other manufacturers out there. And then the next thing that made me very curious and kind of had my mind running while I was traveling back to Belgium, that's how serious it was. They actually removed all of the electronic mechanisms from the door sills, and they also removed the infotainment inside of the car, so you actually have to download a certain app which then would allow you to access the car's infotainment in some ways. So actually your phone would represent your navigation screen, etc. Which actually, like, I'm gonna excuse myself first because I have a very busy mind, but it actually got me thinking, like, okay, like if you are removing all of these, let's say, luxury items from a modern day car, then you are either narrowing down your clientele, or you are expecting the whole industry to adapt to those norms. And if that is the case, then there's a very big nightmare awaiting all of us. And we are now, of course, looking at a B segment car, so a car that is competing with mostly daily drivers. And with that said, I want to leave you guys with this. I think that's a serious one to think about. I'll leave you to it. Bye-bye.
Alright, so that will be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching this little vlog. I really enjoyed putting it together, and I hope there's many more to come. If you want to read more about the Citroën Oli, then be sure to visit our website. And just like Wim does on this video, peace out.